Hey there, it's Dave at NoRecipeRequired, and I am happy tonight because I am grilling a steak. One of my absolute favorite foods, steak, one of my absolute favorite methods to cook it, grilling. I'm going to show you my 5 rules to come up with the perfect grilled steak. I'm using a New York strip, but frankly you can use just about any cut, apply these same techniques, and it'll come out great. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so grilling the perfect steak actually starts indoors. So my rule number 1, obviously, other than buying a great steak, is to pull the steak out of the fridge and season it, and then let it come up to room temperature before grilling it off. You want a good amount of salt and pepper on both sides. This happens to be a New York strip, but this is pretty good with just about any steak at all. You want to get both sides nicely seasoned. Now remember, a good amount of that salt is going to, and pepper, is going to come off in the grill, or come off on the grill. Season the sides, get our fresh cracked black pepper, get that on there too. And then we're just going to let this sit at room temperature for about 20 minutes or so until it heats up, gets to room temperature. Okay, so our second rule about the perfectly grilled steak is a good hot grill. Now you obviously can't oil a grill, so you got to oil your steak. We seasoned it. We let it come up to room temperature. A little olive oil on both sides. Then I let my grill go for like 20 minutes, heating up. Obviously, if you have coals, those are great. I love them. I'm using gas. I like the convenience. Take it, soap up anything that's fallen off, and lay it down. I like to kind of go diagonal to the grill marks there, because that will make nice grill marks. Now, I think they're nice. They're not necessarily required. They don't affect the flavor a whole lot, but they're cool looking. The way to get them is don't touch the steak. Just leave it be. This is kind of our next rule. Leave it be, let it sit, let it cook on that one side, let it sear just like you would in a pan, and close down the lid. It's going to develop a nice crust on the underside. We'll flip it once, and then proceed from there. Okay, so remember our third rule was once you lay the steak down, don't jostle it, don't twist it, don't poke it, don't turn it, don't do anything, just let it cook. When you do that and use a nice hot grill, this is what you get. Kind of those beautiful grill marks and a nice crust on that side of the grill. It's going to be obviously super hot. Now, for a medium rare steak, which is what I like, I go about 3 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes. This is a call it a 2-inch steak. If you want to go further done than that, you can just turn the heat down a little bit about now. You'll still get those grill marks, and the steak will just continue to cook a little bit longer. But that's not what I want, so I'm going faster. I'm going to close the lid down, and then we're going to check for doneness, our 4th key measure of the perfect steak. Okay, so our 4th rule, doneness. Now, I like my steak medium rare, so mine is ready to take off. Generally, you want to bring like a steak up to about 120, 125 for that medium rare, 140 for a kind of a well done. Now, if you want to use a meat thermometer, by all means, or you can kind of use the feel test, which is if you kind of poke the meat, the general rule of thumb is if you're going like that, this kind of pad of your thumb is going to be soft. That kind of equates to a medium rare piece of meat. As you go towards the pinky, like that tightens up, and that kind of equates to a well done piece. Now, get it right, and let's talk about our 4th rule. Okay, so our 5th rule is to let the steak rest. You got to kind of let it sit. The juices in there are all flowing. If you cut into it now, they're going to kind of flow out on you. Steak won't be as juicy, won't be as moist. So let it go, stick it in a warm place for 3-4 minutes, and then we can serve it. Okay, so I'm serving up my perfectly grilled steak with a baked potato. I smeared a little bit of butter over the top. It's a bit of an old school steakhouse trick. You can even throw just a touch more salt on there if you want. And if we cut into this, hopefully we will see a beautifully rare piece of meat. And I will see you next time. Oops. And no recipe required.